warm weather and sunny skies coming up, but will we see our first round of storms? Stay tuned for more here on UIWtv, starting now.
Good afternoon and welcome to another edition of UIWtv News. I'm Amy Schneider.
And I'm Sofia Martinez. These are the headlines for this week.
Here at UIW, our professors are very innovative. Instead of classroom lectures, some professors perform recital lectures.
Sometimes a lecture isn't always held in a boring classroom. Sometimes you can find lectures in a small auditorium with a performance attached to the lecture. One UIW professor decided that instead of just talking about the famous composer John Ness Beck, he instead wanted to perform some of his famous works.
He's just a real good Christian man, and he really could tell he wrote with his heart, and he really put the words to meaning, and that's why I sang the songs, because he could really tell how much passion he put into them.
The performance consisted of the famous 10 sacred songs that Mr. Beck had composed and arranged himself. The audience ranged in age and culture. Some even came to the lecture in pursuit of education.
I have a music appreciation class from the Elmo colleges, and so this is an extra credit bit. And so I was listening to his tonality, his timbre. I was sitting there trying to figure out what major the songs were in, and I was just recording that all down.
To some, music is just something to listen to in order to pass time. But to others, music is so much more. And for Davis, it's a lifestyle that chose him to be its accompaniment.
When I was in elementary school, a traveling group came through and sang this little kind of presentation. I think it was Sleeping Beauty or something. And I said, I want to do that.
If you are interested in our music department, you can learn more about it at UIW.edu. For UIWtv, I'm Megan Matthews.
Cardinals, do you want to have the chance of acting in a professional short film? Well, you can audition for these films next Tuesday, March 3rd. The Communication Arts Producing Directing class will be having auditions to find actors for the various short films being made by the students. These range from comedies to dramas to even horror-based. If you want to learn more before the casting call, visit comarts at uiwtx.edu or www.likemyfilm.com.
Yesterday was Ash Wednesday. Many practicing Christians participated in Mass, which starts the religious observance of Lent. Ash Wednesday starts a 6-week period of fasting, which replicates the 40 days that Jesus Christ spent in the desert after being baptized.
One word, one goal. It's UIW's annual Day of Giving campaign. The people of UIW will have the opportunity to come together and support the university. Individuals can support up to 20 programs from across campus. The goal for 2020 is to have at least 400 unique donations. One word, one goal will last 35 hours and begin at 6 a.m. on February 27th and end at 5 p.m. on February 28th. We hope you are able to spare some change and for a good cause.
With graduation coming up for some students, a lot have been worried about the future. Well, some students last Friday went to a lecture to help with that worry. Matthew Manduhana reports.
I was impressed with the mission that...
Ever had the question of whether you were going to be successful? Ever wanted to ask someone who was already successful, how? Well, that's exactly what the UIW community did last Friday at author and former CEO Frank Bennack's lecture. Not only did he talk about his new book, Leave Something on the Table, but he also talked about his life and tips on how to stay on track in work.
Well, it's about my life, actually. I have written a book about my memoirs, and presumably I will be asked questions about it.
The idea of the lecture was to get students to ask Mr. Bennack questions and learn from him.
Hopefully they would gain some inspiration that no matter how modest their beginnings are or how low they start in business, opportunity is there to rise to the top, and that gives hope for everybody, really.
Hope and motivation is what he wanted to bring to the UIW students, and he did just that. If you would like to know more about Frank Bennack and his life and tips, go to your local bookstore and grab his new book, Leave Something on the Table. With UIWtv, I'm Matthew Mondahano.
On a more serious note, the coronavirus, officially dubbed COVID-19, has become a pandemic across the globe. Thousands of people have died and many more are suffering the ill effects of COVID-19. There are many ways, though, to look out and even prevent yourself from getting the virus. The main symptoms of the virus include fever, coughing, and shortness of breath. It is known that these symptoms show up to 2 to 14 days after being infected. If you believe you've been infected, isolate yourself and seek medical help. Limit yourself so you don't come into contact with other people. Always wash your hands and get a face mask so the bacteria doesn't spread so easily. And overall, just stay under self-quarantine until you feel like the overall illness has passed. To learn more, visit cdc.gov.
Our social media question for the day is, what would you do for something you want?
Amy, what would you do for something you want?
Geez, if it was something I really wanted, I think I might go as far as eating an apple core.
Wow,
That's pretty nasty.
Interesting.
Yeah, pretty crazy.
All right.
Well, Cardinals, that's for your news update. Stay tuned for more UIW TV. I'm Amy Schneider.
And I'm Sofia Martinez. We'll be right back after these messages.
I grew up in an era where prostate cancer was one of those taboo type of things.
Taboos and stigma has been something that has always plagued people of color when it deals with prostate cancer.
Never really thought about it because, as a healthy male, you just have that mindset that it would never happen to you.
I was fearful that I might not survive. I keep asking what I need to do to stay healthy.
We lean more towards a PSA, or a prostate-specific antigen, which is an antigen that they find in the blood.
If we could save one extra person by just having a simple conversation at dinner table or at the holiday time, it would mean so much to family members who are left to bore the memory of those that we have lost.
1 in 9 American men will be diagnosed with prostate cancer during his lifetime. Advances in treatments are saving lives.
Good morning, I'm meteorology student Janice Davila here at the UIW campus. Right now, it's a beautiful 61 degrees with a light wind at 5 miles per hour coming from the south-southwest with a moderate to high humidity at 90%. That's going to change throughout the rest of the day. As we look at our statewide temperatures, you can see it's mostly 50 degrees throughout the state, 59 in Brownsville, 55 in San Antonio, and 53 in Amarillo, but that's going to start increasing as we look into the afternoon. Our futurecast shows a high that just moved out, but another one moving in, and we're going to see that progress into the weekend, which should bring us some more sunny skies and some higher temperatures. Our 7-day forecast is going to show today as a high of 61, sunny, and the sunny skies are going to continue into the weekend. We have a high of 79 on Sunday, but we have a chance of thunderstorms Tuesday and Wednesday, our highest chance being 30% of rain Tuesday and Wednesday, as we have a cold front and a low pressure system that's going to be moving in from the west, which is going to give us that possibility of thunderstorms. Another thing to look at is that low on Wednesday, 48, due to that cold front coming through. But we're going to keep an eye on this, so stay tuned to social media and the National Weather Service for more updates. For now, stay tuned for UIW TV with entertainment starting now.
Hey Cardinals, and welcome to UIW TV Entertainment, where we keep you updated on everything that is happening in and around campus. I'm your host, Ty Price. I hope everybody had a great Valentine's Day with their friends and family, and that you had the chance to go some events on and off campus. Now, before we start, I want to remind you guys to check out Cardinal Nights tonight, which is a very special segment, especially since Mardi Gras just happened. Now, the first event that we're going to go about happened last week before Valentine's Day. Here on campus, our very own CAB hosted a laser tag event where students had the opportunity to mingle with other students and de-stress from all their schoolwork. From student to student, I get that sometimes we need to clear our heads, and even if that means shooting lasers. Here's Nicole Madrigal with more on the event.
What do you do to handle stress? Many students find themselves stressing out from the workload of the semester and need a way to unwind. The Campus Board of Activities held a laser tag event for the students.
With the events that CAB holds, it's like, okay, I can de-stress. I can go to these events, de-stress, not focus on all this stuff, and just relax for a bit, and then completely clear my head for a few hours.
There was also a small rave for students who were interested in participating in the laser tag event. Many students had a great time letting out some steam.
The students can get involved, they can communicate with everybody, in the environment, they can get to know new people, hang out with their friends. If they can't, go out, they can just meet up on campus and have fun.
All students are welcome to come out and enjoy. The Campus Board of Activities is planning another event where students can get to know each other and have a great time.
We want the students to get involved in UIW. We want them to come out, after studying or long weeks of work, schoolwork, and we want them to have fun.
For more information on events around campus, please visit the UIW website and follow CAB on social media. For UIWtv, I'm Nicole Madrigal.
Thank you, Nicole. I wish I could have made it. CAB is always coming up for things to do for the students on campus, so keep an eye out for our events calendar and also for flyers for different events that we'll be hosting. Plus, you can follow their social media at CAB UIW for more info. Now, as you guys know, Mardi Gras just happened not so long ago, and San Antonio is celebrating. Last weekend, there was a lot of Mardi Gras themed events for the city of San Antonio. Our very own Miss Nani and Jacob went to the Riverwalk this past weekend to cover Cardinal Nights from the annual Mardi Gras float parade. Let's take a look.
Hey guys, and welcome to another episode of Cardinal Nights. My name is Nani, and tonight is a very special night because we're here at downtown San Antonio celebrating Mardi Gras.
Wow, looked like a lot of fun. Now, if you guys like that little tease, make sure you tune in tonight for the entire Cardinal Nights Mardi Gras coverage. You guys might have noticed that Chloe is not here with me today, but that's because she's getting the latest tea on what's happening in the celebrity world.
Hey Cardinals, and welcome to the segment where we spill all the tea. I'm your host Chloe, and today we're going to talk about all the juicy stuff that is happening in the world of entertainment. A lot has happened since the last time we've met, but in the latest, we all know that recently Dwayne opened up about 12-year-old Zaire coming out as transgender, with pronoun changing to Zaya. Both Dwayne and Gabrielle Union show their unconditional support by sitting down as a family and doing some research in the matter to learn the best way to support Zaya. A lot of celebrities have shared their thoughts on the news, but Young Thug isn't sitting well with a lot of people after a recent tweet that was posted and deleted. In this tweet, people accuse him of transphobia as the rapper appears to come out against Zaya, where he stated, "God doesn't make mistakes, but hey, live your true self." Which is an odd thing to say, especially when he has stated that he doesn't believe in gender in a Calvin Klein advertisement back in 2016. And after the rapper has appeared wearing dresses, heels, skirts, and other female clothing, we just don't know. But hey, live your true self, I guess. Next, on not so pleasing news, 20-year-old Pop Smoke is shot and killed during a home invasion in his home at Hollywood Hills, California, just last Wednesday. Pop Smoke had just started to grow as a rapper, and after the release of his mixtape, Meet the Woe, the up-and-coming rapper was mourned on social media by several artists, including Nicki Minaj, 50 Cent, and Chance the Rapper. It is rumored that this robbery gone wrong was a targeted hit, but officials haven't confirmed anything yet. We wish his friends and family many prayers and blessings during this difficult time. And lastly, back to some exciting and romantic tea. Valentine's Day wasn't too long ago, so I'm still allowed to speak about Valentine's romance. Nicky Jam is now engaged to model and loves Sydney Maru, who he met during the creation of his music video Atreverte in 2019. To make matters more exciting, he proposed on Valentine's Day. Aw, how cute! Both lovebirds shared their excitement on Instagram, and we couldn't be any more happier for them. Well, Cardinals, the tea has been spilled, and this was your latest on celebrity gossip and news. Don't forget to tune in for Cardinal Nights. I heard that this is going to be a super special, and you guys don't want to miss it. I'm your host, Chloe Ippolito.
Thank you, Chloe, for keeping us updated on the latest celebrity tea. And as Chloe said, we wish Pop Smoke's family and friends many prayers during this difficult time. Well, Cardinals, thank you for keeping up with us, and don't forget to tune in tonight for the Cardinal Nights special. I'm your host, Ty Price. Until next time.
Listen, you're my friend.
I noticed you haven't really been yourself recently.
Yeah, I feel like something's up.
How are you?
Are you okay?
Is there anything you want to talk about?
I just want to know how you're feeling.
And listen, even if you don't know what to say, I'm here to talk.
No matter what you're going through,
I just want you to know I'm here.
I've got your back. When you want to talk, I'm here.
Welcome Cardinals, this is your UIW Sports Rundown. I'm Vlad Chumak, giving you the latest in sports highlights and high scores. This is your monthly Cardinal at the Whistle Recap. The men's basketball team had 9 games in total this month, winning 4 of those games. They're currently 6 and 10th in the conference play. They could still make the playoffs tournament, having their last 2 games at home against Houston Baptist on March 4th at 7 p.m. and Abilene Christian March at 4:15. Women's basketball look on track on clinching their playoff spot. They had 9 games this month, winning 5, with conference records of 9 and 7. Last Saturday, the ladies made history, beating Stephen F. Austin for the first time in program history and getting an important win against the #1 team in the conference. The baseball team started their season with 3 winning games against Bradley. They also played in the Alamo Irish Classic, where they played Notre Dame, a tough game where they lost 1-12. They also played UTSA and got the win 7-3, first win against UTSA since May 2016. And yesterday they started their conference play at College Station to battle the number 18 team in Texas, the Aggies. The Cards come back with a tough 4-0 loss, but look to start hitting the conference up again with their first series against the Oral Roberts in OKC. Softball hosted the AGB Classic and the Cardinal Invitational. This is what coach had to say about these games.
All right, I'm Diego Ceballos here from UIWtv with Coach Joe. Coach Joe, how's the weekend been so far?
Pretty good. You know, we have some kids out, so we're giving some of the other kids a chance to play, and I think they've done pretty well so far.
Coach Joe, from last weekend, what have your team improved in?
Well, I think they're just getting comfortable. You know, we play a lot of freshmen, and last week was their first weekend out, so they're getting their feet under them a little bit and understanding what the college game is all about.
What you're expecting for your team in this last game?
Well, hopefully we can come out of here with a win. We end the weekend, with a winning record of 3-1, and we'll be over 500, I think, for the first time as a Division I program. So that's what we're shooting for right now.
Any players have made a good impression this weekend so far?
Well, I think a lot of them have. You know, we're a team, and I think we don't have to rely on 1 or 2 kids. I think Tori Lopez, who's really stepped in and caught for us these last 3 games. She's really a shortstop by trade, and because of our injury situation, she's stepped in there. I think she's done an awesome job behind the plate, and we're getting timely hitting from some of the young kids, so hopefully we can keep that going.
All right, thank you, Coach Joe. Good luck this weekend.
Thank you.
This has been Diego Ceballos from UIWtv signing off.
They finished this tournament with 4-9 record. They will start their spring gates tomorrow in Florida. Women's and men's track finished their indoor season at College Station, where freshman Kai Ken Dole broke his own records and setting a new program record in the 400-meter run, clocking in at 47:03. They will be traveling to Alabama for a Southland Indoor Championship on March 1st. Well, Cardinals, this has been your UIW Sports Monthly Recap at the Whistle. I'm Vlad Chumak, and stay in touch for sports stats, interviews, and updates in the coming weeks.
Earlier in the show, we asked the question, what would you do for something you want? We asked our viewers and followers on social media the same question, and here are some of their responses. At Matthew Quiroz said, eat pineapple with the skin on it.
Cardinal Alum Jason Fett said, ask my wife for permission. And at UIW International said, bake cookies. That's my favorite answer right there. Anyways, that's all the time we have today. Thank you for tuning in to UIWtv News. I'm Amy Schneider.
And I'm Sofia Martinez. Tune in next time for the inside scoop on what's happening around campus. Have a good day.